Behind the walls of a mansion in New Orleans lived a woman who was praised by society and feared by anyone under her thumb and those who couldn't escape. This is a story of Madame LaLaurie. Welcome back to the Paranormal Bound podcast. I'm Nathan.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Ronnie. How are you guys? How has everybody been since the last podcast?
Oh, very good, because now I have a cookie.
Yep.
Yes, and no drink, which I think is diabolical, absolutely.
Welcome to the Paranormal Bound.
We do scary stuff over here, like cookies dry. And they're crunchy.
No, it's a soft, chewy.
Oh, they're chewy?
It's the texture.
Well, I ate one that was crunchy.
Ew.
It was crunchy.
Leave in the comments, do you prefer your milk and cookies, crunchy cookies, soft cookies, milk, hot or warm? Or warm or cold, sorry.
Hot or warm? I think I'm going to go for hot.
Yeah,
Straight
scalding and
out
hot. So, we are going over, not so much on the haunted side tonight, which there are haunted stories that we'll get into later in the show, but we're going about a really messed up in the head woman named Madame LaLaurie. What was her first name?
Marie Delphine McCarty.
That was the first name.
That's her,
First husband?
no, that's her born name.
Oh, that's her born name. Okay.
Yeah, that's
her
her.
maiden name.
Yeah.
Maiden, yeah.
So, yeah. Basically, this woman was just messed up, and we're going to get into all that. So, Ronnie, take away where she started and where this demon came from.
Okay, guys. Well, she, as we just stated, her name is Marie Delphine McCarty. She was born in March 19th, 1787 in New Orleans, Spanish Louisiana. And she died in December 7th, 1849, at the age of 62 in supposedly Paris, France.
Allegedly. That'll make sense
She
later.
was a socialite. She was known for torturing and killing numerous enslaved people, and that was discovered in 1834. Women, children, men. She had 3 husbands.
Ladies and gentlemen, crackhead that we can't keep away.
Her name is Smokey.
So, we're just going to continue with the story, and you're just going to have a cat walk across the screen. Screw it. She's not going away, and you can't make her stop.
It's the turkey.
Do you think that cat laughs at y'all when y'all do that?
No, she's scared.
I wouldn't.
Cut this part out.
I ain't cutting shit out.
You better cut that out. Cut this out. Cut it out.
All right, back to it in 3, 2.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. All right, do I need to tell the ages of the husbands? Because what was their ages?
I would just tell the ages of the first one, she was 13 whenever she married him, so that
I
might
thought
be.
she was 12.
I read 13.
12 or 13, same thing.
Okay. '1808, and died in 1816.
They were married for 8 years.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So she was known for torturing and killing numerous enslaved people, and that was discovered in 1834. She was married 3 times, and we'll get into those later. And also, she had 6 children, and
One of them had a girl's name.
Pauline.
Pauline. So if you read the story, one of those is a boy, Pauline.
And I could have butchered that name. It's Paulin. Paulin.
Are you sure it's Pauline?
I mean,
Yeah.
it looked like
Well,
Pauline. But I'm not
Pauline.
French, so.
Paulin.
Or Spanish or any of that. I don't know.
It's probably Paulin. Let us know what you think, guys. Who do you think was right? Anyway, okay. So that was her.
So basically, this woman got married 3 times. She was a very wealthy woman, right?
Yeah, her dad was a knight. Her uncle or cousin, no, her uncle was the governor of Louisiana and Florida at the time.
So she
Yeah.
was very wealthy, very well off. So most of her marriages, probably the first 2 were probably arranged.
The first one for sure.
First one for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we wouldn't just be talking about some random woman from the 1800s on Paranormal Bound. So, Rachel, why is this woman on our show?
Well, she
Viewer discretion is advised from here on out, by the way.
she was torturing and mutilating these slaves that she owned. Let's see, she chained a 70-year-old cook, this old woman, up to her stove and starved her, but would starve her to the point of near death.
It was a slow, it's the same as starvation, but just a little bit of food.
Yeah, a little bit of
It's
food
torture.
to keep her going. Yeah.
It's worse than just not eating, from what I
Yep.
hear.
But this woman in 1834, caught the house on fire to escape, having to go back up to the attic. The attic is where all of this torture really took place. They were conducting like surgical experiments, breaking the enslaved people's bones, then resetting them to grow and heal in different ways.
God.
They would drill holes in the head of slaves and try to stick stuff in them. Let's see, had a chain around one of their necks to where if they pulled, it tightened up and tightened up and tightened up.
The more they pulled, the
The
tighter
more,
it
yes,
got.
and they would, strangle to death.
And after so long being chained, you're going to pull.
Yeah, I mean, she was just a sick individual. I mean, removing limbs off enslaved people and sewing them back on to different parts of their bodies.
Man.
Supposedly, she had shoved human and animal feces in these certain enslaved people's mouths, then sewed it shut.
Massive infection, too.
Yep, whip them, just terrible, terrible things to do to somebody.
What was the story with the little girl on the rooftop?
The little girl was apparently brushing her hair, and she had hit a snag, like combing it. Mm-hmm. She snagged her hair when she found a knot, and it pissed this lady off to the point she took off chasing after her. And instead of this little girl deciding to, go back up to the attic where this torture chamber was, she jumped off the 3rd-story balcony and died. And supposedly this woman had hid her body somewhere on the property, buried it, hid it in a well. But police caught wind of it, and she was tried for the torture of her slaves in, I think, the 1820s.
Yeah,
And
it was
because
the,
of her money, she got out of it.
the little girl scenario. I think I read that was where the police really noticed,
Yes.
because the neighbors saw the whole thing go down.
Yes. And I
Yeah, I
guess
couldn't imagine the pain and the torture that a little 8-year-old girl went through to want to throw herself off of a balcony,
yeah.
a 3rd-story floor.
And for like the neighbors and people around New Orleans to get so enraged by what this woman did and was doing to her slaves, I mean, it had to have been bad, because these other people were also, slave owners that were getting pissed at how she was treating her slaves. So it had to have been bad.
I mean, it was how old was the woman chained to the stove?
She was 70.
So, I remember hearing the part of the story where the woman that started the fire was the woman chained to the stove, 70-year-old woman, and she told the firefighters when they came in, she told them straight out, I started the fire. And they said, why? And she said, because I would rather burn alive than go back up to the attic. And that's when they went to the attic.
Yep.
And at this point, Madame LaLaurie is already getting into a carriage and making her escape.
Yep. Apparently when this fire was set the judge of New Orleans at the time run over there to help put it out and save people, or not put it out, you can't extinguish that fire, but to help save, the people inside. And this woman told him, no, don't. She was more worried about getting her, furniture, pictures, jewelry, stuff like that out. She was not worried about them people, and probably she didn't want them to go up there and see that, because she had already been tried 2 or 3 times for the abuse of enslaved people.
Yeah, and it's important for the listeners to keep in mind, too, her husband at the time was a physician. He was a doctor. At the age of 15, mind you. So there is always speculation that he took part in what was going on in the attic. I mean...
There's no speculation. That man, he was helping.
But as a 15-year-old, he was just a kid.
Yeah.
So there's that aspect of it, too. But... I think we're all in the agreement that he was helping.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But, because this was a different time. This wasn't your average 15-year-old. This was...
the 1820s and 1830s.
This was a 15-year-old that didn't excessively, I think that's the word, right? Excessively use the word bro.
Yeah.
So, this was a different time.
How old did you say that she was whenever she married this 15-year-old?
She was 38.
Oh, it's gross.
It is. Wow. It's very concerning. But, I'm sure it was not very easy to find a spouse who believed the same way as you.
At all.
And he was probably a rather large 15-year-old.
Yeah, he was probably tall.
I don't know.
Because if he was beating on her.
Yeah. But see, I had read that the father of the 15-year-old actually sent him to New Orleans to find this woman. What happened?
Do I got something in my mouth?
No, in the corner of my eye, it looked like he licked himself like a cat.
No, I did not lick myself.
Oh, Lord.
So...
Apparently, though, the father of this 15-year-old, he sent his son to New Orleans to find Madame LaLaurie, who was actually Madame Blanc at the time, because she was rich and very high in society, and told him to marry her and to study medicine, become a doctor. So that was maybe he was forced into the marriage. But there's witnesses and statements from back then that they did not have a happy marriage. He would leave for, long periods of time. They fought, they'd come back to each other, just domestic type crap going on in that household.
Yeah, and any kind of arranged marriage from back in those days, there was always backroom deals attached to it. So this 15-year-old kid's father would have had to have traded something to the, what was her maiden name?
McCarthy. McCarthy.
They would have had to trade something to the McCarty family for that.
And that was, what was his name? Rodriguez?
The first husband?
DL.
First husband was a Rodriguez.
Yeah, that I remember reading that marriage was straight up forced. The man did not like Daphne at all. Couldn't stand her. Delphine. Yeah. Couldn't stand Delphine at all. I don't know about the second husband, but did you guys know the first 2 husbands allegedly died under mysterious circumstances? There's a chance, nothing proven, but there's a theory that she killed both of them.
I'm sure she was twisted.
But she didn't kill the third one. Why?
Because
if that's the theory.
He was as twisted as her.
Probably.
She got him while he was young. She needed to shape somebody, because chances are she's a narcissist. She had daughters that neighbors saw her abuse her daughters because they tried to offer malnourished, enslaved people food or was being nice to them. So she punished them in the same ways.
So the daughters weren't entirely messed up in the beginning. Maybe they had a sense about them. at least in the beginning. Now, it gets very murky after she gets caught because, what did you say? She escaped with her oldest son and the other 4?
No, her and her husband escaped. The son eventually met up. No, it was her youngest son that they all fled. But
And the other ones grew up merrily in America. They could be related to you.
yeah,
Yes, do your ancestry and let us know if you're related.
If I did Ancestry and found out I was related to her, I wouldn't tell y'all anything.
you're right. That was she
Wow.
really screwed up woman.
I'd want to know.
Because you'd give me a weird nickname for the rest of the show.
Man, like, I was listening to another podcast, but in it was saying that she, like, would break their bones and, like, try to make, like, a human freaking caterpillar. So different limbs on the different parts of the bodies, like,
Probably
just-
regular arms here, 2 more arms from other people,
Yep.
and just, ugh. And she,
very twisted.
so, as you guys may have already guessed, the mansion is still there, and there is a haunted side to it. I know, shocker. So technically, from what we found, it says screams coming from the attic long after it had emptied. Over the years, it's went through 5 or 6 owners since then, Nicolas Cage being one of them, creepy enough.
Apparently he lost it when he filed bankruptcy.
Yeah, he lost a lot of properties during that
Yeah.
time. They say they hear chains dragging, crying, whispering, footsteps in the hallway when no one is there, apparitions of the enslaved, full body apparitions. They see men in chains, women in torn clothing, a young girl running along the upper landing before disappearing. Probably the young girl that jumped to her death. Mm-hmm. The chain man entity, the tall male figure, shackles still attached, a heavy dragging sound, even though the ghost isn't visible. And the schoolhouse era hauntings, because this was a schoolhouse for black kids after the fact, right? After the children ran out screaming, saying woman with wild eyes pinched and scratched them. Several girls had unexplained cuts, bruises, and welts. A group claimed they saw a bloody woman standing at the top of the staircase. That was definitely one of the slaves. Had to have been. But no, wait a minute. LaLaurie would come down. I remember reading that the slave woman that was chained in the kitchen would see her come down the stairs covered in blood, and then she would go into the bathroom and clean up and wash it all off. So it very well could be the ghost of LaLaurie, because you can imagine wherever she did pass away, which, by the way, Madame LaLaurie, rest in piss, but wherever she did pass away, her spirit came back to that mansion.
Yeah, she's attached to that.
And you can't view the inside of this mansion right now, by the way. The owners don't allow anybody in, but the ghost tours in New Orleans do end up in that very spot on the outside, but not on the inside, unfortunately. Which, if the owners are ever watching the show, let us come stay the night there just once.
Yeah, it'd be
Anywho.
nice.
So, the furniture store curse. Was there a furniture store at this
Yeah.
place? Okay. What was it? So, do you know the timeline?
No, but I think it was the school, a furniture store, then it was an apartment complex a couple of times.
Ooh.
Maybe once, maybe twice. I can't recall, but
I wonder if the attic was one of the apartments.
oh, I'm sure.
Oh, that's horrible.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a refugee for young delinquents, a bar, a furniture store, a luxury apartment building, a music conservatory, an apartment building, and a public high school.
So it probably doesn't look anything like it did in the 1800s inside.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Especially since it was burned and, they had an angry mob break into it after finding out that, they didn't arrest her. She fled and got away. So an angry mob bust in the doors of that place and ransacked it, destroyed everything.
Well, it says here that when the furniture shop in the mid-1900s was open, so this was quite a while after the LaLaurie story, new merchandise arrived in perfect condition. Overnight, pieces were found trashed, slashed, and destroyed. The owner stayed the night to watch to see if vandals would show up. Nothing happened while he was awake. The instant he fell asleep, chaos erupted again. He closed the store and refused to return.
I wonder what he's saying.
I don't know. I think she's the poltergeist of it.
It
Her
makes
spirit.
sense. It would.
Go ahead.
It would make sense that they had done some type of sacrificial Satan worship. Maybe even sold their soul. Maybe.
He's right. You had the theory that her family was part of the occult.
Which is, it explains why she has so much power when she has came back.
Yeah.
She has power to manifest and do all these things that make people think she's the poltergeist, or that is a poltergeist that it helped her, worked through her per se, but she allowed it, like she wanted it.
Yeah.
But that bloodline, like, it went deep, into wealthy people.
Mm-hmm.
They had money and, like, for a long time.
They had everything.
Yeah, for generations.
So it's also saying the attic obviously was the epicenter for anything haunted goings on. A feeling of overwhelming dread, not just dread, overwhelming dread, which if you're watching, I'm sure you felt before, it's something you cannot ignore. Difficulty breathing, that's a new one. The sense that someone is watching, that we figured that. Rapid temperature drops, and the instinct to leave immediately. So your fight or flight kicks in.
Talking about the hard to breathe, when we went on our trip to New Orleans, we visited an old plantation, super old. But in one of the rooms, like I remember telling her, it got hard to breathe. It felt the air was super heavy.
Mm-hmm. There was a gate. There was a sidewalk, and it was like pretty and curvy, and then there was like a gate around, like a fence around the house and the plantation of all the things that they had. And it was like as soon as I walked through the door of the gate, the air changed. It felt different when I breathed it, when I took a breath.
It's like a difference in the air when it switches. Yeah, I get that. I wish the new owners would open the place up, especially for tours, because
his name's Michael Winton.
The new owner? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Winton.
So anybody that watches the show, find them and tell him to open it up for the Paranormal Bound to stay the night, because we'll stay the night. I'd do it.
Or share this podcast with your friends and help us grow our audience. And we'll be able to do stuff like that because we'll have the money.
Yeah, we need the views.
We'll do the things that you're scared to do. We just need money.
And for those of you who has seen the new merch that is coming shortly, go to our TikTok. We release the pictures of it there. And help Rachel get into this game of racing for followers, because me and Ronnie Ronnie's in the lead with TikTok.
Yes, I am.
I'm in second place, and Rachel is way down the line with only
74 followers.
80.
Oh,
80.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just missing a 0 to catch up with y'all.
Yeah, give her that 0, because when you give her that 0, you give us the 0 as well.
Yes.
But if we get beaten by Facebook...
Oh gosh, our game. I don't know. It would have to be pure luck if she did.
That'd be awesome.
I would be proud.
I think one of these nights we're going to wake up and she's going to have creeped up from way down.
But do you remember our Facebook got more followers like so fast as soon as we made it? Mm-hmm. And then you just stopped messing with it. You just stopped.
No, I didn't.
Stalled.
I post everything on there.
Yeah, but you don't post words. You just post videos. It's like you're supposed to get on there and say, "Sup, fuckers," or something like that. I don't know about that on Facebook. Maybe on Instagram.
Screw them.
What would you like for us to say?
Yeah, should we talk to you guys how we talk to each other? Because we would get banned overnight if we did.
Oh, yeah, we would. Definitely.
No, we can make a group, and then we can make the rules. If you're a little B word, then you can try.
Yeah, because we said some naughty words on our blooper video, and it got taken down immediately, or got monetized. So
it wasn't song.
No, it got demonetized. The D went in. He is nipping at my feet down here.
He's just fleeing you. You must be.
He just
dirty. Did you take a flea bath before
No.
coming here?
No.
You might smell like your dog.
If you guys can still see Crackhead, he's sleeping on the camera bag, and Ruben, which is, if you've ever seen the movie Sandlot, it's that dog. Oh, not the exact one, but the same breed. He is down here nipping at my feet, and Mazikeen is somewhere, and Callie's way off in the room over there. So yeah. So do you guys think that Madame Delphine LaLaurie escaped to France?
I think she died in France. No, she
I
did
think
escape
she
to
escaped
France.
to Paris, for sure.
We
she made
missed
it.
that part. She did not get tried for those crimes. She made her escape sometime when the firefighters were making their way up the stairs to save the slaves that were in there.
And what's crazy is the carriage that picked her up was her enslaved, person. What was his name? Baltine? Something with a B. Anyways, he actually was helping them torture the other enslaved people. Then picked her up in her carriage and took her to Lake Pontchartrain, where she went to Mobile and up to New York and then ultimately Paris.
If she made it over there, there's theories that her ship capsized somewhere in the ocean.
But she also went to Cuba, didn't she?
No, her
No,
husband
her
did.
husband fled to Cuba and died in Havana.
Did he go with her to France first, though?
I don't know.
Or did they just part ways? Because if they parted ways in Mobile or New York, I would want to know where the son went.
I think that it said the son went with her. Because I think it was him that was writing letters back home years later because the mother had wanted to come back to New Orleans because she has totally forgot about what all she did wrong. Like, had dementia or something. Her health was terrible.
The worst
It should have
theory
been.
that you can think of is that she died comfortably in her bed sometime later.
Well, I mean, that's where you know that if you've been a terrible person, something bad's going to happen to you after.
There's some serious karma following her.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it followed her across the ocean if she made it.
Now, if she reincarnated, she is going to have the worst life. She's going to be born into the worst life.
Probably a mole on someone's butt.
Probably, or like a dog that's going to get mistreated at someone's house. I don't know. My mind goes to crazy stuff.
Because then I would feel bad for the dog, and if I found out it was a reincarnation of that woman,
It couldn't be a dog.
I mean, okay, I should have said dog.
she was the stink bug that we threw out. I caught a stink bug earlier and threw it out. That was her.
He also said it wasn't going to fly towards me, and it did.
No, you said you're not going to throw it at me. I said no, but I tried to pick it up and it flew towards her and
It flew right at me.
flew right at her.
I almost
She died
Lost it, yeah.
a little bit.
twice.
So yeah. So
Started running and she never
I
stopped.
started running.
Should have called her Forrest Gump.
I was running.
Yeah, that's totally crazy.
Yeah, we totally did not just edit the last part out, did we?
No, and anyway, so I do have a story of an entity story revolving. Okay, hold on.
Involving.
I have a story.
Ruben is snoring.
In
So does the story involve the Delphine?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. It's at the LaLaurie Mansion. Okay, so this is a story that I found that I wanted to tell because it kind of got me rattled. So, here we go. In 1894, a tenant who lived at the LaLaurie Mansion,
You think that's when it was an apartment?
Yeah, if it was a tenant, then yeah.
That's right, yeah. Sorry.
okay, a tenant who lived at the LaLaurie Mansion was brutally murdered in his room. They found his belongings ransacked, as if someone had gone through them. The police assumed that he was a victim of robbery, even though nothing of value was found missing. An interesting account regarding this murder deals with the police interviewing neighbors about his disappearance. One of his friends claimed that he was having problems with spirits in his house. His friend wrote it off as his imagination running wild with him. But he did say something interesting. He claimed that his friend told him that there was a demon in that house who wasn't going to rest until he met his end, which the man did in the house. It is possible that at least some of the ghostly phenomena can be a result of this brutal murder. It certainly is possible. However, nobody will know for sure until a real paranormal investigation team can investigate this location, and hopefully that could be us. And only then, by communicating with the dead who still reside here, can we hope to get to the bottom about the truth of the ghosts at the LaLaurie mansion.
Imagine the kind of
I've heard that
content
one
we would
before.
get.
See, I've heard that story before.
Just-
I don't know. I don't think if it was a true demon in his house, that was a poltergeist. Because spirits can't touch you unless it's a demon.
You think it could have been there before Lori moved in?
I don't know.
Well, she was
they
already messed
summoned
up.
it. Yeah, maybe it's her.
Well, do you guys remember, of course, the viewers remember the Amityville Horror? Mm-hmm. Did you guys remember the second story?
I had to refresh my
It was,
memory.
they made another movie about it. I think Ryan Reynolds was in it. But it was a poltergeist when the second family moved in that really messed with the father.
The father, yeah.
Because everyone thinks the original story is the father. No, the original story for the first family was one of the sons that killed the whole family, the oldest son.
Yeah, I don't think that.
But it was the second story that the father was affected. That they left in the middle of the night and never came back.
I have mixed feelings about that one, about the first story, and the second story, because the son that murdered the entire family was a drug addict, and his parents just kept throwing money, and he was just a terrible person. And he even admitted in prison that no, the house wasn't haunted, it was me. I did every bit of that. He was on heroin and like shit like that, so I mean, after a while, yeah, you're gonna see and hear things.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, I think the father of the second family was just seeing this as, you know, I can make some money off this. Then the Warrens get involved, and they really made some money off that.
Yeah.
So I think it was.
And I might be wrong about this, but I know the Amityville home was up on the market a few years ago. It did get bought for like $1.4 million. I don't think anyone currently lives in it though. Maybe we should make some calls,
We could see.
find out for ourselves. No, that means we have to go to New York.
Well, see, that's like.
Or New Jersey.
You don't open the door for me with the Warrens, because then I think about, you know, the haunting.
We're gonna have to
Connecticut was that they covered that one, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of their things.
No,
to
they
me,
weren't hunting in Connecticut, I don't think.
I think they were.
Another episode.
Yeah.
We'll
yeah.
jump into it. So, guys, does anyone else have anything to add to that? Ruben is drinking a lot of water over there.
I don't think I have anything else to add.
No.
Well, guys, we have enjoyed telling this story for you again, just like a little TV show. But I'm Nathan.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm, of course, Ronnie.
And we open and close this like we're a damn news channel.
Thank you, San Diego, and go blank yourself.
And we're out.
Peace, guys. Ta-da.